Shalom, Yasharala. We the Hebrew Israelites coming in with another edifying sit down to edify the elect and keep the flock. We're going to give infinite honors to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
We're going to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to you sincere I can push this truth across the four winds. We about to go into topic of how the spirit rolling today. And what the spirit, how the spirit is rolling, man, the Most High is closing up the doors to the ark. He's tightening up the ship, man. And he only want the members only, those elect men in the fold. The Most High got the spirit on the elders. He say, man, too many bug outs amongst us. Tighten up your camps. Guys with leaven. No more just going through the same things with them. Get rid of them, you know. And he said everybody got to be locked in and playing their part, because your nails got to play its part, your hair got to play its part about it, and all of them have to rock out in unison. One hand can't be going this way when your body trying to go the other way. All right? And the scriptures say, if one part of your members have your body to sin, it's better to come in the kingdom maimed than having all your members and one of them going off. All right? So we about to just get the precept about staying locked in and having a self-analysis of yourself and staying locked in with the spirit, because the Most High is he's not playing, man. He's not playing. So I'm gonna start off with this is Ephesians 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right? And you're most definitely a fool if the Most High has been merciful to you, open up your understanding, and let you receive this truth, and you're not going hard, with you knowing that he don't deal with the lukewarm. You have to be on fire in this thing. That only a fool will play with Yahweh Yahushua like that, man. Okay? But a wise man would take heed to reproof. All right? And he's going to go hard, you know. He's going to rock out with the spirit. Verse 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay? And since the days are so evil, that's why the Most High is turning up things with his servants, man. He's telling his servants how they got to be conducting themselves in these last days, man. All right? He's telling no more time for foolery. No more time for slothfulness. All right? He said the Most High is in the spirit, go hard or go home with his servants. Because judgment is going to start in the house of Yasharala first. All right? Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh Shai is. And his will is for us to tend to the vineyard, be husbandmen, pruning the vineyard. All right? Watering the vineyard. Pulling up the weeds out the vineyard and just having it flourishing with beautiful grapes on it. Tend to it. That's our lot. Israel is that vineyard, and the servants is the husbandman. Okay? And he wants us to be working with all fear and trembling. When y'all got a precept, I gotta know.
I know.
You got it, bro.
This is Proverbs 6. I'm going to start at verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her fruit in the harvest. So pretty much, like, you should be on point at this point. Like, as the brother said, if the Most High is giving you the spirit, you should be going hard as you can, because if you're really dealing in the spirit, not only do you see these other brothers' videos, but if you're keeping your eyes in the news, you can see things are getting to the point where it's down to the wire. All these laws are getting passed that hamper down on the internet, which is going to lead to a famine of the word. All this black identity extremist, domestic terrorist rhetoric's coming out to take us off the highways and byways. Talks of blackouts, martial law, showing that they're about to put this place on lockdown. So with the time you have, not only do you have to push this word, but you push this word to feed the elect, but also push this word to stay in this truth and keep that hedge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on you for this time of Jacob's trouble. Because people get lulled into a false sense of security, like things may seem like they're dragging, but once the fire is really on your ass and you know you don't have that cover on you, then you're going to wish that you would have utilized the time you had when you had it. This is verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? when wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? And clearly the Apostle Tahar and the other apostles aren't sleeping on this by saying that no more members can get into GMS. They know through the Spirit that times are getting short and that they got to tighten up. We can't have any chaff among the wheats anymore. It's just got to be straight fruitful fruit and not rotten fruit that's going to hamper this truth and bring it down. We need to weed out as many like weak-spirited people or possible agents as possible, because you don't want those people on the side of you during Jacob's trouble when they're going to turn you over for just a filthy lucre's sake. This is verse 10. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. You're going to be caught out there in all the elements if you're not utilizing the time you have right now. So, just to not keep repeating myself, just with whatever talent you've been given, utilize it to the best of your ability. That's about it.
Maximize it. All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. Here go the meat in verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, so you know these prophecies are going to come to pass. You know America's going to be destroyed. You know that the works that are in this place is going to be burnt up. And when he's talking about the works, the way the economic system rolls, the way the government industry complex works, all right, everything about this place, when you're going to and fro, is going to be done away with. So when you know these things, all right, what manner of persons ought you to be in holy conversation and godliness? You at the end, you know all hell about to break loose. What are you supposed to be doing? What spirit are you supposed to be in? You know what I'm saying? You should be going hard, man. Our Heavenly Father say, be fervent in spirit, not slothful in business. This is our business. So when you get a business and you build it from ground up, you know, you put your work, your toil in it so it can prosper, man. And when you be slothful with it and take your time and be slothful with it, then it goes down. All right, and the Most High don't want his businessman moving in a slothful manner, putting this on the back burner to do things of this world. All right? Oh, I got to do this for the kids. I got to cut the grass. Are you serious? Brothers tell you to come to the conference call and do a sit down. You say you got to cut your grass, man. Are you serious? All right? The Most High get rid of men like that, man. A killer. You got it, bro.
Can I just get this precept to back up what you said about how when you run a business, you want to be on point. This is Proverbs 10:4. He becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
Right, and the hand of the diligent are the men of the Lord, man. When you read about the acts of the apostles, man, they were going hard, man. They was going so hard, the inhabitants of their time was trying to kill them, man. That don't happen to a sloth. They was going through all the towns in Asia Minor pushing this truth, man. They was pushing it so hard that the doctrine expanded throughout the planet, man. As it is all the way until this day, man. All right? And when you're not doing that, and you're working with a slack hand, the Most High will get you out of his way. He'll get you out of his program, man. And that's what you see going on with the elders putting out these decrees, man. He's getting away with the slothful. All right? All right? That's what the elders are doing. You got it, bro.
If I could just say real quick, to anybody out there that may have this spirit, you're not some special snowflake. As the Most High said, He could raise up rocks to do this. So anybody can get cut out of this truth at any moment. So that should really put perpetual fear in your heart not to be taken out, especially so close to the end. Because once all hell breaks loose out here, it's going to be straight pain to the nerve endings. And if the Most High took you out for being slothful, like it's just going to be one calamity after another for you. It's point blank, period.
I got you one. This Ecclesiastes 10:18. It says, by much slothfulness, the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through.
Point blank, period. And it says in, I think it might be in Luke, where it says, whoso buildeth the house without counting the cost.
Right.
Point blank, period. If you're building a house, you might as well finish it. You don't want to not build a house and become a ridicule, not just on this carnal side. On a low level, you get out of this truth, and people in the world that saw you on these videos and saw you going, oh, you ain't shit. You ain't about nothing. But also, first and foremost, through Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, you showed that you weren't shit to him, and so he's going to open up all the elements to you. So you just really got to consider the gift you've been given. Like 144,000 is a small number out of almost 8 billion people on the planet Earth.
Man, that's an honor, bro. This 1 Corinthians 3:9. For we are laborers together with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Ye are Yahweh's husbandry. Ye are Yahweh's building.
And when he say you're a laborer, man, that goes into what? It's your vocation. It's your job. We're not commended. We're not commended of ourselves as prophets, man. All right,
what you're supposed to do.
Exactly, man. It tell you do what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna find a scripture that actually say that, but I think it's in Corinthians 2, man. That we are. Paul say, "Woe to us that preach it not the gospel, man." Mm-hmm. You see,
destruction,
right? And we not. And when we do it, we don't do it for our own sake, but Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Go ahead.
Verse 10. According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me.
So, like it say that we are God's husbandry, right?
Oh, you want to read that again?
Yeah, read that part again.
1 Corinthians 3:9.
Come on.
For we are laborers together with Yahweh. Ye are Yahweh's husbandry.
We are Yahweh's husbandry. Give me Isaiah 54:5. And it's going to tell you in there to furthermore prove that we are his husbandry, which meaning we are his wives. He likened Israel into a comely and delicate woman, man. Right? So we are his, as the duty of a wife, she's a helper to her husband. We're supposed to be helping the Lord by doing his work that he pushed us out to do. Not helping him because he could raise up stones to worship him. But we're supposed to be in subjection to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, being in what? His law, statutes, and commandments. Give me that.
This is Isaiah 54:5. For thy maker is thine husband.
Thy maker is thy what?
Thine husband.
Thine husband. You heard me? In Isaiah 17:7, it tell you that we should have respect unto our maker, the Holy One. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yahweh of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The power of the whole earth shall he be called.
The power of the whole earth shall he be called, man. And that's really an understatement. There's no name or no sentence that you could actually fit the Most High in, man.
If I could say,
Go ahead.
for you being a sluggard in this truth and slacking off on your part, this is what you're pretty much saying. I'm going to tell the master of the universe that he's a side bitch.
Pretty much.
I'm going to treat him like a weekend booty call.
Right. It tell you in Isaiah 17:7, at that day shall a man look to his maker, and his eyes shall have respect unto the Holy One of Israel. And we not waiting till that day to have respect of the Holy One of Israel, which we know as Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. We having respect right now according to our works, man, and our labor.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Ye are Yahweh's building.
Ye are Yahweh's building. And Revelation 21:3 it says, my tabernacle is with men, man.
Amen.
Okay, the building is the church. All right, the church just means to call out, man. And all we doing is calling out the elect to come back into the fold, man. And then the rapture coming. The so-called rapture.
For edification's sake, when they say ye are Yahweh's husbandry, a husbandry in those times is somebody that tend to a garden. You know what I'm saying? So we're his husband, and he say we're the one tending to his vine. All right, that's what a husbandman was in those times. That's what that scripture right there is.
Right. And you can liken it to your wife because she tend to you. She wash the dishes, she do your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She go out there and do the garden work and do the work. Right. You got it. I know what it meant. I just likened it unto that. You're right. You got it.
Verse 10. According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder.
As a wise master builder.
You got it, bro.
And as a wise master builder, you got to watch how you build thereupon, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to make sure your foundation solid and that your foundation stay the same. Because it's the same as your foundation, the same as your building blocks going to go, man. All right? That's going to be your stability of the building.
All right.
Go ahead.
I have laid the foundation, and another builded thereon.
Right. Is it in that where it says Apollo, Paul water and Apollo? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, that's not this chapter.
That's not this chapter, but
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. And
No,
Paul,
this is that chapter.
That's they gotta be, huh?
That's that chapter.
Right. Paul said in that chapter, when I don't want to sprawl it, is you close down or it's far down?
After I read this, I'm gonna shoot down to
All
it.
right, yeah, you can shoot down to
All
it
right.
after that. Go ahead.
I have laid the foundation, another build thereon, but let every man take heed how he build thereon.
Right, because you take heed how you build it on to make sure you're going about it right, going about it the right way. Because there's a way that seems right to a man, right? So when you're dealing in this truth, there's a way that seems right to you, but it's still certain levels of this truth that's set up already for you to follow. The truth already been set to follow. It haven't been set to rearrange the race that has been set already. You can't rearrange what already been there. You see what I'm saying? But men get that spirit of that wicked spirit on them, and they want to start to change the doctrine,
right?
Or make it go a specific way. That's why I said be careful how you build thereupon. Go ahead, bro.
And the spirit you do it in.
Right.
Make sure you're in the right spirit.
And the right spirit. That's right, bro.
All right. Verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay that in his laid, which is Yahweh Shai the anointed.
Right. So he's that stone that was cut out without hand, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what he set already, it's been set before us already, man. Right. So now all we got to do is take heed to the doctrine and walk therein, man.
And I'm going to go back to what you...
Go get that.
Made.
Yeah.
It say, I have laid the foundation and another build thereon. And here goes the example.
Mm-hmm.
This is verse 6. It
Yep.
say, I have planted, Apollo watered, but Yahweh gave the increase.
And Yahweh gave the increase.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, no matter... So go ahead.
But when the elders laid down, gave us this doctrine, all right, then that doctrine went across the four winds, and then what happened? His fruit, we build thereon.
That's it.
All right? Then when we teach, other brothers come in, we teach them, man. And that's how the kingdom of heaven gets built, man. Men teaching men. All right? And you got to beware how you do it. You can't go off to the doctrine to the left or right, or you be destroyed, man.
All right.
Because the scriptures say, he that comes and preaches another Yahweh Shai, let him be cursed in the book of Galatians, man. And you got a lot of cursed men out here learning under the elders of great millstone, but then get butt hurt and then go change the doctrine. All right, those men are cursed. All right, they're cursed men.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
I got one in Hebrews 12 and 9.
I'll just get mine real quick.
Just
what the brothers were saying about building on that right foundation. That's the key to everything. This is Matthew 7. I'm gonna start at verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon the rock. Pretty much having the correct doctrine and not preaching another Yahweh Shai, utilizing what you've been given and just staying in your lane. Verse 26, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not, being a sluggard, being tossed to and fro every which way, trying to get too big for your britches, and every that doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
You're right, man. And that's the end game, man. When you don't go in the ways of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. There's only one way. There's only one way to go, man. He that he that goeth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So as long as you go out of the way of this understanding, and anything you add to this book, the plagues of this book shall be added unto you, man. It tell you in Deuteronomy 4:2, don't add or diminish out of my word, man. All right, so whatever you trying to bring to the table is not needed. The word is all we need, man. It's the vitamins, man, to grow us down. You finished?
Come on.
Give me Psalm 127 and 1 and hold it. This Hebrews 12 and 9. It says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us. And the reason why I'm going into the scripture is to show that we need order, right? We need order from the top. Like he said, Paul water it. Apollo, I paraphrase it. You still in there? It's gone. Don't worry about it. But it says, I think Paul planted, Apollo's water, and the Most High gave the increase.
That's what it said.
So that was right. So that was a what? That was a line of order already in place. Therefore, there was no need to go outside of the order, man. It says, furthermore, this Hebrews 12 and 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. So we gave them respect that our carnal parents upon the earth. And right now, our spiritual parents, as we know as the elders, they're the ones correcting us on doctrine. That's why you say they got a lot of bug outs and fallout heads. Because they give you the right way of the doctrine, but you won't go out and do your own thing. And then once they bring the correction down, you don't want to seek repentance and come back aright, man.
Right.
You won't do your own thing because you got a wandering spirit, man. It says, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? So if we could respect our fathers on the earth, how much more the fathers of spirit, the Father of spirits, man, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and live, man. It says, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit that we might be partakers of his holiness. So when the elders give you correction, it's for to save your soul, man. It's for to say, it says in I think 1 Timothy 4 and 16, that this not can only save you, but to save your soul, and that obey the elders because they are the watchers over your soul, or something like that in Hebrews. Yeah. It's something like that. I paraphrase it. Yeah, 13. Obey them for they to watch. Get that out. Right. Get that, please. The Baba Kashab. It says that we might be partakers of your holiness, and that's the whole reason why I'm painting this picture of that our Father. We give reverence to our earthly fathers, just like your daddy bust your ass or whatever. It say how much more for the Father. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, because whenever you get chastised, it's not joyous. It's not a good feeling. Whenever you get rebuked, right? Even though it's for our good, it don't feel good getting it, but we got to eat it. It says, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward, it yielded the peaceful fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby, man. It helps you to continue to grow thereon, man. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Hebrews 13 and 17. Obey them that have rule over you. And submit yourself.
Don't that sound like reverence? Reverence goes back into respect, huh?
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
For they watch over your soul.
So, all right, we respect Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, but is he present? So who is that watching over us? Literally, right now is our spiritual fathers, which are the elders, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Because that they must give account.
That they must what?
Give account.
Because they know they're going to get their ass tore up by what? Not offending the little ones.
Right.
They got a job to do
and
too.
not leading them in the plain path.
There you go. Go ahead.
That they may do it with joy and not with grief.
And that they may do it with joy and not with grief, man. That's it.
For that is unprofitable for you.
That's unprofitable for you, man. Okay? It can't. This word is supposed to be able to save your soul, man. And you always mention, man, that this doctrine is a doctrine of life, man. When we give this out, we give this out in a peaceful spirit, in a humble spirit, to help the brothers retain life, man, and life more abundantly. But go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms 127 and 1. Except Yahweh build the house, thy labor in vain that build it.
So overall, if we giving reference to our earthly spiritual parents, which are the elders, right? It says, and then you go one step higher to give all reference to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who created our earthly parents and everything that's therein. Go ahead.
Except Yahweh keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
So whether you go about it whatever way you want. I really wanted this before I got that, but you know what I'm saying, it's all good. But even the way you go about the city, read it again. Salah.
Psalms 127 and 1. Except Yahweh build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
So except Yahweh build a house, they labor in vain that build it, man. So the instructions of the way that this Bible already been put together to be builded is already laid out, man. Foundation laid. Go ahead, brother.
Except Yahweh keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
Right, there's nothing you could do. All right? Unless the Most High is giving an increase like it went back to, you wake it but in vain, man. You could watch all day. You could be watching. They done had watchmen on the tower watching, and the enemy still got in.
Yeah.
So that means what? Yahweh wasn't, I wasn't with you. I wasn't with you. So the way to be with you is to keep the signs of this book. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep.
You late, so you're laboring in vain. So what if you go out the ways of this book, you laboring in vain? It makes no sense, man. If you try to go in another way of doctrine, man, you're doing it in vain. Go ahead, bro.
And you did that video, Obey Your Thirst.
Obey your thirst. Right, that's beautiful. You are one of them that obey your thirst. And behind it, I put a question mark. Because do you obey your thirst in this flesh? Because a thirsty man, he obey the flesh, man. He go after the flesh for ways. But go ahead, bro.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead.
That's what we were just talking about. This Psalms 127 and 1. That's what you brought out?
Yeah.
That's the one you brought out?
That's the one I got.
Oh, all right.
That's the one he read.
All right.
1 and 2.
All right.
I wanted to get it right after I read the 12, but we ran into the obey and it kind of threw my initial thought off. That's what he read though. It go down to 3 though. Let me see the 3. Get the 3.
Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb.
That's good. That's a good precept though. But go ahead, y'all you got something? You don't got
Yeah, I'm about to get something.
Go ahead. But yeah, man. Overall, man, we are speaking about staying within the counsel in the realm of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Give me Psalms 91 and 1. Baba Kashai. Because that's what it's about, man. You know, the Most High only dealing with the righteous men. And guess what? He dealing with us as sons. So he chastising us. He's sending us through the ringer. You know, he putting us in situations on how to judge, making sure no bug outs ain't coming in the camp. Man, the Most High guy, his men in a pickle. We're in a pickle. For our left flank, right flank, they got niggas creeping in unaware. Man, we got a lot of things to worry about, man. Not to mention, when we not doing the ministry, we still got to deal with everyday life people, man.
That's right.
Come on, man. This heavy.
Like I say, that movie 300, that cripple, that hunchback, tried to come in and be a part of their army, and they shoot him away. And what he ended up doing? He ended up turning against them.
All right. I got your precept. Mm-hmm. All right. This Proverbs 16 and 20. He that handle a matter wisely shall find good.
Right. That's one who have committed his ways unto the Lord. Because the only way to handle a matter wisely, it tell you that it tell you in Proverbs that a man wisdom deferred his anger or something like that. I'm gonna get that. Mm-hmm. A man in prudence, insight deferred his anger. Meaning what? It caused him to use wisdom. Go ahead. I'm gonna get it, dude.
And whoso trusteth in Yahweh, happy is he.
Read it again.
And whoso trusteth in Yahweh, happy is he.
Whoso trusting in Yahweh, happy is he, man. Meaning a man that what? That have gave himself over into the Lord. Go ahead, break it down, brother.
All right. And the reason I brought that scripture out, you got to handle this truth wisely and flow with the Spirit.
Come.
All right? And he that handle a matter wisely shall find good. So when you keep the commandments of our elders and these decrees they bringing out and roll with the Spirit, all right, you're in synchronization with Yahweh Shema Shai.
Right.
And he want his service on locked in, surgical, man, for what's to come. That's why he's saying, beware your camp. Get these bug outs away from you and go hard, full throttle, man. All right, and be perfect. All right, and where was I? I'm gonna go to verse 21. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and that's how the Most High want his man. Prudence is a word you have to learn to take hold of, man. In fact, you can get that in the blue letter. The word prudent in verse 21.
What it is, Proverbs what?
Prudent. Proverbs 16 and 21.
Proverbs 16
all right?
21, go ahead.
And these are prudent men. The men of great millstone have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, and we are prudent men of integrity, of honor. All right? Those are words we have to hold fast to. And when you're doing that, you locked into this truth, man. You're on your watch. You're looking at the news, different news channels, locked into what's going on in the earth, the uprisings in the earth, the natural disasters going on in the earth, the economic system in the earth. All right, you're on your watchtower knowing we're at the end, and you're warning the sheep, man. And if you're not doing that, and you're into your job, you're into your family, you're into the things of this world, man, the Most High don't want you around him. He don't want to deal with you. All right, bring out that word prudent.
I got it.
Strong's H. Page 995.
Being. It says to discern.
To discern. The Most High want us to be discerning good from evil, fake from real, man. All right? He want us to discern how we're supposed to be, what manner of conversation we should be in these last days, seconds, and time, man. How a judge, what does a judge got to have? Discernment. Prudence. Bring it out, bro.
It says to understand. Consider.
To understand, consider. All right? Then we go out in Ephesians 5 where it say, be circumspect, the days of evil.
Right.
All right? In the evil day, you got to consider and see what you got to do. Us brothers have children, man. All right? We want our children delivered along with us. All right? We want to be watching our brother right flank and left flank. Protecting you, not just protecting yourself like on the movie 300. He said a Spartan got to be able to not just protect himself, but he got to protect the man on the right and on the left of him.
Right. That's right.
You know?
That's a watchman, man.
Yeah, that's right.
A watchman watch for his whole entourage.
So his troop.
His troop.
His platoon.
His platoon, come.
Right.
It says to perceive, discern, to understand. It says to know, in parentheses, with the mind. To know with the mind. Spirit, man.
That's what the scriptures say. Walk in the spirit so you don't give occasion to the flesh, man. We're in a world full of gross darkness, man. All right? The Most High has shed light on us and showing us how to move in this place. When you read what it is, the second Ezra, the 7th chapter, where it say got tempests on one side,
Right.
and a great, what you call it? Yeah, bring that
up.
up. It's nothing but dire straits in this place, man. So we got to be locked and loaded in this bitch, man.
It says to observe, to mark, give heed to, distinguish, and consider. Let me bring this out to add to y'all.
All right.
This Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto Yahweh, and thy thoughts shall be established. Now, where you discern, do you perceive that? Within your what? Your spirit.
Your spirit.
Right.
Your mind.
But we're committing our works so our thoughts could be established through the Most High so he could protect us out.
That's right.
That's it.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
You and your house.
You and your house. That's all you can do.
We say your house first. Is
Your
brotherhood.
your brotherhood.
Then your biological.
That's
your
right.
children, man.
That's right.
No precept to back up what
Yeah,
you just said.
go ahead. Bring
This
it
is
out.
Psalms 119 and 93. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me.
That's right.
They quicken your spirit.
There you go. That's beautiful,
right, bro.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah. That's that John.
You was getting that secondary.
I got it on.
I got a little more. It says to have discernment, insight, understanding. I got a precept for
And
this too.
you gotta
Y'all not
understand
there.
the times you're living in. This is not the time like if y'all Salaki, if y'all hear that music in the background, if the microphone picked it up, that's some
Jake.
Jake next
That's
door.
Jake.
And they just partying
All day.
all day long.
All day.
All right, we're not in a time to be partying,
Yeah.
shucking and driving, man. We're in a time of war and death, man. That's why you see, look what we're doing and look what they're doing. Now, nothing's wrong with what they're doing. They're just doing it out of season.
Yeah.
All right, they're not being wise. They don't know that the days are evil. If they knew the days were evil and what's to come, they'll be in garments like us and here breaking bread, man. You see what I'm saying? When the fucking typhoon coming, a tidal wave coming, you want to be in a boat or be in an airplane or something. You know what's coming. You don't want to be out there partying, shaking your booty, two-stepping and shit, man. All right? The Most High not dealing with them, man.
That's right.
All right? This is the house of mourning right here, man. You got brothers in here lamenting for the transgressions we committed in this life, and we are looking for mercy, man. All right? This is the ark. We're in the ark, and we don't want to get spewed out that bitch, man.
Can I get this?
You got it, bro.
Before you wrote in Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man
That's
be.
it, bro.
Eat and
That's
drink.
on time, huh?
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
And see, they don't know what manner of conversation they should be in. They're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, preparing for what's to come. But that's what's going to happen. Our people are going to be partying when shit hits the fan, man. Our people, when the famine comes, our people are going to be hungry. When drought comes, our people are going to be thirsty, man. All right? So how much more of you in this truth and you have this knowledge, but you're not applying it as best you can, man? You're going to get it worse than them. If you're a brother in here calling yourself a brother and you're amongst the brotherhood and you being shaky and flaky with this truth, you gonna get it worse than them over there, man.
For real.
You got it, bro.
That song that's playing, being with my side piece, that's how you're treating this truth. If you're being flaky, you're treating the truth like your side piece.
That's right, brother.
Let me finish this, because this word prudent.
It's beautiful.
What?
Yeah.
It says to show oneself discerning or attentive. We're attentive right now. Right now, if the Lord came back and broke the clouds right now, their ass gonna be caught in the breeze. In the brother famous words, man.
That's the truth.
They gonna have their hands up like, you ain't give me no sign of nothing. See, a wicked and adulterous generation seeking after a sign. They waiting for the sky to turn red, man. You know what I'm saying? But according to the prophet, according to John, it said there shall be no sign, man. And so what? The words of the book,
The
prophecy.
sign of Noah.
The sign of Noah.
Not Jonah.
The sign of Jonah, man. It said to give, understand, all right, to teach, to instruct, to prove. It means to regard. So you got it, bro.
Hey, look,
that's beautiful, right?
This go hand in
Go
hand
ahead.
with that.
Go ahead.
This Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, regard,
Regarding,
discern,
discerning.
and all this going to prudence.
Yep.
That now it is high time to wake out of sleep. All right, you're not supposed to be. They're asleep over there. That's the Walking Dead over there. They're partying, and any day now, this infrastructure can fall, the economy could crash, the stock market could crash, a terrorist attack could happen. We know these things. Us in the know, we know these things can happen any day now.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
We one false flag away from this being 100% totalitarian metropolis governed by draconian laws, man. Life as you know it change and switch up, and us men of the Lord all the way off the grid, man. And this radio frequency identification chip is just put on every facet of society, and if you don't get it, you're going to get beheaded. This is the time we're living in, great death. And you around here shucking and jiving and dancing? No, man. All right, or fuck them. They doing what they supposed to do. Because the scriptures say, our Heavenly Father, when He created us, when Elohim created everybody, you had vessels of honor and vessels of dishonor. So it's cool for a vessel of dishonor to do what it's created for. But then you will have a brother amongst the vessels of honor playing with the truth. You in the truth, and you're not giving your all, or you in the truth being a bug out, preaching Yahweh Shai with contention. You know what Paul said in Philippians? Some preach on Christ.
Contention and strife.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was contention and strife. But that's the intention to do that.
Come on.
Like we were just talking about before.
It's not about edification.
Right.
There's something like Diotrephes. He wants the preeminence. Some of them preach for the preeminence, man.
Yeah.
That's what John said about Diotrephes. He wasn't worried about the Bible. He just wanted the preeminence. And that's what you see going on with these guys when they get built up and think they know something. They want the preeminence. They want to be ahead of the elders. They want to teach the elders, man. And that's what makes you a fucking bug out when you think this guy, these brothers, was teaching before a lot of us were born.
Right.
85, I was 4 years old. Elder Tahar came in the truth in 85. I was 4 years old, man. 4. And he was on the battlefield teaching. I don't care how much the Most High deal with me. I'm still not going to have more knowledge than him. That's not going to happen. Now, we're thankful the Most High is dealing with us and having mercy on us, but you're bugged out when you think you can address him and tell him he going off. He tripping. He went off on this scripture. He went off on that scripture. All right, you a bug out. And you got a lot of them amongst us. You got it, bro. You had a precept out?
Yeah. I had that precept with to show to go back to that word prudent.
Come on, we can stay on it.
All right, come.
Because the men of Israel, of Yasharallah, they elect are prudent men, man. All right? The calamities haven't overpassed yet. So if the calamities haven't overpassed yet, I'm going to get that precept. All right? A prudent man is preparing himself for the calamities.
Yeah,
you know?
He get wise to it, man. Like you say, a prudent man, one who watching, keeping watch, he understanding, man. Slothfulness casting into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. When a time come, well, we supposed to know and give diligence unto the hour, man. It tell you in Matthew to watch, to tell you the hour which the Son of Man coming to watch therefore, because we know it's not time our Lord. We would not know the time our Lord coming. But you think that's watching over there, man?
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking watching, man. Y'all watching Buddha shaking, music jumping, and food. But I don't want to get off the matter, man, because that's, like you said, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Because everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. But this, backing on, this we're dealing with the prudence. This, Proverbs 19 and 11, it says, the discretion of a man deferred his anger. And it's the discretion, when you go into discretion, it goes back into your insight. It goes back to your prudence, man. Your wisdom. It's what you know. Because the discretion of a man basically directs him. Like, that discretion is what you choose to do. But we choosing to do it according to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, according to the scriptures. It says, and it is his glory to pass over transgression. Because even if you're not transgressing, it still can be likened unto a transgression. Because it can lead into it. You see what I'm saying? So anything you're doing that can lead into wickedness, then it's basically wickedness. You see what I'm saying?
If you don't do, I'm gonna get that scripture. If you don't do something, faith is sin.
Yeah, and yeah.
I mean that
He that eateth not of faith is sin. That's
sin.
Romans 14 and 23.
Come on.
Yeah, get it.
I'm about to bring
Wait, yeah, bring that out.
This is Psalm 119 and 92.
Right.
Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in mine affliction. Eating this whole roll.
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
I mean, being in the spirit and rocking with these scriptures, that's the congregation of life, the way of life. If you're not, you're in the congregation of the dead, and be subject to your the afflictions, the punishment for your wickedness, not knowing what the true way is.
You done now?
God.
All right. This is go hand in hand with Kiara was just saying. This is Romans 14 and 22. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before Yahweh. Happy is him that condemneth not himself in a thing which he alloweth. All right? A man of prudence, don't let that happen, man. All right? And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not faith is sin. So just because you're not around here so-called transgressing the law, all right, you're not around here dealing with other men's women, eating pork and shrimp, all right? You know what I'm saying? If you're not living according to Yahweh Shemaiah's doctrine, all right, and if this is not faith, if you don't believe the chip is the mark of the beast, all right, that's sin. Now you haven't went and broke a law, but that's sin.
That's right.
That's sin. All right, because we have to believe what our great King taught us, man. That's sin. So whatever you do not of faith is sin, man. Like one day I was about to, this is a true story. I was about to eat some chips, and I was like, damn, which one is pork? Yellow 5 or yellow 6? I know one of these bitches pork. I need both of them.
Right.
You know, I'm like, which one of them it is? I don't remember which one of them is, because I think one of them is pork and one of them not. But I was like, I don't know which one it is, so I'm not about to eat this shit. You know? I mean, who's going to roll the dice and play with your Yahweh Shemaiah Shai, man? If you're not doing it and you're not positive, another time, those sausage links, a lot of times they say beef sausage, but it's packed in pork casing.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's beef sausage, but they pack it in pork casing.
That's crazy.
All right? So you can't eat that shit. So one day I had some sausage, I say, all right, I know my girl know not to buy fucking pork sausage. I know it's beef. But I was like, I couldn't find, she had put it in a Ziploc bag, so I couldn't find the box where I could read it. And I didn't know what it was, so I was like, I'm not about to play with myself.
Right.
She could just saw it was beef, but she didn't read to see if it was pork casing.
Right.
All right, so if you do something, you're not doing it in faith and you're not for sure, man, the Most High will whack you, man. That's why a prudent man, you got to be for sure. That's why you got to believe his doctrine wholeheartedly. To be in this truth and to be serving Yahweh Shemaiah Shai, and be amongst the brotherhood, but when it comes to the topic of women, you think women could teach, you think women could prophesy, just some of this doctrine you don't agree with, then you're not being 100% forthcoming. That's not faith. You got to believe in this doctrine 100%. And if you out here blowing the trumpet, but when it comes to one topic, you don't agree on it, that's not the household of faith, man. So it's sin.
That's right, bro. And you go, like you said, man, the thoughts of a fool is
irksome.
It said, yeah, that too, and it says the thoughts of a fool is sin.
Come.
I can't. I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna find it. But the thoughts of a fool is sin. Like it could lead if you just to think filing, like you said, thinking of which one it is. It ain't really saying it. It's sinning. It's leading to sinning, man.
Yeah.
So your insight caused you to pass over that transgression. You use wisdom and say, you know what? Both of them bitches is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I bought that out in Proverbs, man. Damn, I'm trying to find it.
All right, I got a precept on
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 57 and 1 to the chief musician, Altachich, Mitchell of David, when he fled from Saul in the cave. All right, we're about to be fleeing in the spirit of David when he fled from Saul, because when during King David time, that was an insurrection against him. He had the whole Israelite army against him, looking for him to kill him. That's what's going to happen to men of the Lord. So when you know that's coming, you got to be preparing yourself, okay? All right? And you got to be in this spirit. Be merciful unto me, O Yahweh Shema Shai. Be merciful to me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yeah, in the shadow of thy wings I make my refuge. Do you know how to make your refuge with Yahweh Shema Shai? You don't do it when shit hit the fan. You got to seek him early.
Early, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When shit hit the fan, now you want to call on him. He don't get down like that.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
He don't work like that.
Yeah.
He believe when everything's going good and you calling on him and you're trusting in him and you're believing in him. All right, when in your time of need, he's gonna be there. All right, but when shit hit the fan, now you believe because you see the cloud, the missiles coming. Now you believe because you see the chip here. Oh no. Your ass, that's a Mayweather. That's not a person of the household of faith, man. Because what do you tell Thomas? You believe because you see, but blessed are those that believe and don't see.
Come.
All right?
That's the church doctrine.
Yeah,
man.
come.
You know, if you in that spirit, you in the spirit of the church world, man. This ain't for you.
Right.
You know, we to the point that, well, look, if you can't get down with everything, even if these words don't sit with the men of the Lord well, it's still gonna end up sitting well.
Yeah.
Because we gotta, when you subject to something and you're a husband to something, you gotta be submissive to everything.
That's right.
Even our women, some shit they don't like, huh? They don't like, like, damn, I got, but they fall in line, like, fuck it, yeah, what he said, I gotta roll with it. They don't like everything we put on them, bro. You know that. That's every man carnally, in this carnally speaking. We know everything you done told if she do respect you enough to do this true. You know what I'm saying? You think she okay with everything you go do with it? No. But she still what? Respect it. Because as long as she give reverence to respect, we good.
Good.
That's it. That's all we needed to do is abide with me, getting on with it, and you ain't fucking with me. That's it. Right. Go ahead, bro.
And in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge until these calamities be overpassed. We don't want these calamities. Like you say, we teach for protection.
We teach for protection.
We teach for protection, man. We doing this for protection. And you got to be a believer. We know these calamities are coming. King David was in the spirit, man. That man was a prophet. All right? He know what's coming in the latter days. Daniel, all these brothers saw those visions. They know the calamities coming. So you have to do what it takes to get covered when those calamities come. And if you're not doing that, nobody wants you around them. Because if you marked for death and the Most High has exiled you, we don't want you around us. Because look, wasn't Jonah?
That was Jonah when they threw him off the boat.
That's what the Most High do us. You keep a nigga around. Real talk. That's what the elders getting at. Yeah. Man, the Most High gonna come down on us if we don't do something soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jonah was cursed. He had a curse on him for disobeying Yahweh Shema Shai. And anybody around him, what was gonna happen to him? They was gonna get it. As soon as they threw his ass off the fucking ship, they was good.
And he mentioned that to him. When it was thunder and they came and Jonah was asleep. They're going to depth with the story. They woke him up and said, what causes the troubling of the Lord? Because at the time, we was connected. The heavens wasn't brass like that.
Yeah, we was dealing
so they knew the men who was on a trip on a boat, the captains of the boat knew that something was wrong out the blue. They went to Jonah and woke him up and said, why causes the thunder and the lightning? And Jonah told them, well, if y'all throw me over, it's because I'm running from the Lord. And I'm paraphrasing it. He was like, if y'all throw me over, it'll stop. They throw him over. And he was a prophet.
Yeah.
They were like, no, we're not going to deal with the Lord. We'd rather deal with you and then let the Lord deal that way, bro.
So if this is, hey, look, this is your Yahweh Shema Shai's table. All right? Are you gonna let somebody throw up on this table if you eating at this table?
No.
Are you gonna let somebody vomit on the table?
No.
This is the tabernacle of David.
Right.
You think we about to let a sodomite in that bitch or a nigga in that bitch? No. Once we see that, we're gonna get them away from the table and we're gonna kick them out the house, man.
Right.
And that's what you see going on through the spirit with Yahweh Bashim Shai right now, man. He's purifying his men. He's getting his men on the same vibration, man. And you brothers, you gotta wake up. And we're not just speaking on our core. We're talking to ourselves. We get ourselves right in where the weaknesses we have, man. Yahweh Bashim Shai is turning up that fire. And if we're gold, what is fire supposed to do to us? It's supposed to make us better, man. Fire purifies precious stones, man.
And he doing it by force and aggression. So that really got the people spinning.
Hey, wasn't that Elder say that was forceful, man?
That was forceful.
That was
All you can say, fool, you sit back. All I sat back was just, hey, I did an inhale and an exhale. Like, well, okay. Like, that's it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing. You gonna either get in line and follow it. That's why I read in Hebrews that 12 and 9 that said we give reverence unto our early father who come in the house and say, look, if the house ain't clean, I'm gonna beat the fuck out y'all. How much more to the father that living that deal with spirits? Because we believe through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he have to deal with men up on the earth, and it go down from the highest man he dealing with to the youngest. So we believe that the father's dealing with the elders. Then if he give down a decree, we gotta rock and roll with it.
That's right.
You gotta believe that that's coming through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Where your faith at, huh? That's another topic for another day. Where your faith at, Ak? You call yourself Ak, right? That means brother. You know, so your brother said, look, if we don't get these people who could kill us or could poison us from around us, then we're going to be poisoned. We're going to be infected. We're going to die.
A little leaven to the lunch.
You got something, brother?
Yeah, this is Psalms 19 and 13. Keep back thy servant from presumptuous sins, presuming that the order coming from the top divinely expired.
That's beautiful.
Let them not have dominion over me.
Right.
Then shall I be upright and shall be innocent from the great transgression.
And it's done through what? Every decree came down always what? It always trimmed the fat. If you ever notice. Somebody about to feel offended. Something about to happen. That's the Most High. What? Moving the blocks and moving parts. Because through a body has moving parts to it, man. All right? So that part of the body that's bad is about to fall off. It's about to wither away. You know what I'm saying? Because if the branch be holy, if the tree be holy, so is the branch. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring that out. Go ahead. That's Romans 11.
That Romans 11.
Yeah, I'm about to get it, yeah.
Hey, this Sirach 23, they go hand in hand with what you just said, Ra'ayah.
That was beautiful, too.
Oh, Yahweh, Father and Governor of all my whole life, lead me not to their counsels, and let me not fall by them. Let's talk about our enemies, man. All right? Who will set scourges over my thoughts? Now, this talking about us battling our own selves, man. All right? Having a self-analysis of our own selves, this wicked-ass flesh. And discipline of wisdom over my heart. All right? Who will do these things? That they spare me not of my ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. Lest my ignorances increase, and my sins abound to my destruction. And I fall before my enemies, before my adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy, man. So you got to pray and lament to Yahweh Bashim Shai, man, that he put the discipline of wisdom over your mind, man, so your ignorance don't increase to your destruction. All right? And that's what a prudent man would do, man. Then he's going to make you a laughing stock, a gazing stock, where your enemies gloat over you and rejoice. And they don't even believe in Yahweh Bashim Shai. The Most High make a mockery of you, man. And Lord forbid, we don't want that, man. All right? We don't want that. That's why brothers are tightening up their rope, man. The Most High is tightening up the rope on the body, and the body is getting locked in, man. One finely tuned machine, man. Clicking on all cylinders, man. You got it, right?
This back in Romans 11 and 16. It says, for if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy, which goes into Yahweh Shai. Being it what? Also what? His followers, the 144. And if the root behold the sort of branches,
He's the foundation, man.
he's the foundation, man. All right? He that building block, man. And we know that through a prescribed order that the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai have set up men upon the earth in the order as well. And they have to go down. Judgments is going to be set through the top man all the way down to the youngest man, man. And if you can't get with the program, go do your own thing. Like we not, and GMS on the back of your name ain't gonna save you, man. So what your excuse is when, all right, I can't get down with the order, then you don't go do the work. What your excuse is then? All right, you took GMS off your name, now you ain't doing the work. You scoffing now. Mm-hmm. Go do the work. You know, like go do the work and handle your business, man.
That be showing you that the spirit real amongst Great Millstone, because the guys that get put out, they don't go do the work.
They don't go do the work.
So that means the spirit was right. If you get put out, you still gonna go teach. All
Right,
right?
right.
It's not about being a Great Millstone, ain't no gang or nothing.
It ain't.
It's just a representation of who Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing with, man. That name of Great Millstone came from the scriptures, man. All right? So if you, Lord forbid, if you was to get kicked out, you still have to do what you're commissioned to by Yahweh Shema Shai, man.
For real.
You don't become no fucking scoffer. Man, you get out there and you keep teaching, man. All right? And we're in a time, man, the Most High, man, he's expelling gangrene from the body, man.
How you get gangrene out? You cut that part off.
You gotta cut that off.
You gotta burn it. You gotta sear that wound.
You gotta break that branch off, man. And it is what it is. And if it be like you said, if the Lord dealing with you, then they got men like you said that came out and they back head of camps, and you know what I'm saying. But they kept dealing.
The Most High had mercy on
But they kept building too.
They kept teaching.
They ain't never give up. You know what I'm saying? He had mercy on them.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it more than once.
Yeah. So it's records of that. You know, so you can't say, oh, it's just one way they drop out and don't do that. No, it's what it is, man. But the truth gonna always be revealed. The truth gonna always show where it's at, bro. Like when the sun shine out, it's shining everywhere. Right. I don't give a fuck if you close the door, whatever. It's gonna have some hole somewhere where the piece of sun gonna shine in that. Right? That's it. All right. So if the truth basically can't be blocked. It can't be darkened. It can't be put off or put away.
You can't put a candle under a
Can't put a candle under a bushel and expect it not to melt through or burn through, man. It's gonna still light up, man. A light that is set on the hill cannot be hid, man. That's in what that Matthew 10 and 13.
And we're commanded to be a
5 and 13.
A light to the Gentiles.
Light to the Gentiles.
Acts the 13th chapter, man.
And this going to, that Gentile, I ain't get it, in Romans, go ahead.
In Matthew 5 and 14.
Uh-huh.
You're the light of the world. A city is set on a hill. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And we see that from the elders all the way down to the elders of the camp, the elder apostles all the way down to the other elders in other camps, all the way down to the younger brother, man. You see the light shining all through GMS, man. All right, the men of hopefully the men of the Lord. And we say the Lord's will with everything. Even the men of the Lord are saying the Lord will, or we the hopeful elect, man. Ain't nobody out here saying they're elect because nobody know who those men are. So we not saying, oh well, the Lord did it, man. We don't have the Lord ways. We don't know how the Lord is thinking, how He's moving, man. All right, we know it according to this book, but it's still above our measure. So we still stand order with that, man. But that's all I had.
That's all I got, bro.
That's it.
That's it, man.
So with that, Lord willing, sit down edifying to the hearers. We're gonna give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
We're going to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutation to you, sincere Aki, my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, pushing this truth with all fear and trembling. Shalom. 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 Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.